All right, man. We got the official, not the rough draft, the official NFL Week 1 predictions. Now, guys, I'm not by myself. No, I'm with my co-host, Coach B. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's your boy Coach B, man. I'm here to win some games, man. Win some picks week by week, week by week. Tell you about myself. I'm a coach for a 10U national team, number 9 ranked in the nation, West Orlando Jaguar. Head coach Devin Hester, the one and only NFL legend, NFL great. And we over here getting this thing week 1. Starting the week off right. Thursday night football. Let's get it.
Woo! I'm having a jitters, dog. This is our first official episode, but guys, we're not gonna waste your time, man. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're gonna go straight into it, man. We've been taking some notes, we've been looking into it, and we feel pretty confident on our picks. And if we have an update for you guys, you can follow us on our Twitter or Instagram, whatever the case may be. We're gonna put the handle in the description, and if anything, we're just gonna have a Saturday official prediction, but we're more than likely not going to use it. But we're just going to leave it at this, guys. We had the Detroit Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs week 1.
Let's go.
Now, guys, the lines have changed big times for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. We started off at a -3 spread, 3.5 spread for Kansas City. Now, even with Travis Kelce being out, the line has moved up more to 5.5. And to be honest, I'm not going to waste any time here. I like Kansas City straight up with the 5.5 spread.
Okay. Now I have to go against you on that one, man. Reason being, I feel like it's the first game of the week. I feel like the Detroit Lions have something to prove. Last year there was 9-1 against the spread. They was on a hot streak. Last game of the season, they beat the Packers. I feel like they're coming off of, just as a coach, I just feel like the speech in the locker room is just gonna be different this year. You want to start upbeat. You playing the defending champs. I feel like they'll disrupt the ring ceremony. I don't love a money line, but against the spread, I can't go against it. They've been perfect.
This is where we might have to split ways here, because at the end of the day, man, I'm looking at this matchup. Granted, Detroit has the better offensive line. And Detroit this year, they're going to be a top 5 offensive line. Last year, they were just plucking in and out guys from the streets. Let's be honest here. So, getting into this game 1, I know that Detroit is going to have a mean offensive line to really block Jared Goff. And Kansas City has a Super Bowl champ offensive line. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Which one am I liking better? I'm liking the Chiefs O-line. That connectivity. Granted, Detroit O-line is going to have... They're better talented-wise. Kansas City is giving me more of a chemistry-wise when it comes to that blocking. So just for that simple reason, I like Kansas City, man. Mahomes and Goff on that throwing battle, I'm going to love it. And at the end of the day, who's going to be the guy getting Mahomes? Hutchinson? Who's going to be the guy doing it? No, I think the Kansas City Chiefs. And now, if Travis Kelce played, and this is going to be a crazy take to say, if he played, I probably would have liked Detroit. But since he's not playing, I think Mahomes is going to add that extra fuel to the tank and really do something. And I'm not going to fall for that trap for today's game. And plus, to finalize my case, Mahomes has never lost in the opener game of the season.
Okay.
But that's just my thoughts, though, man. We're 50-50 on that.
Since you're talking about opening games and you're giving us stats about who's been winning opening games, Jared Goff has been winning also for the past 9 seasons. Perfect opening games.
Yeah, he's a tough night out. Granted.
Correct. And the only time the last time they played on week 1, Jared Goff did win 54-51 Rams. So Jared Goff he's battle tested against this team week 1. And that's when both score over 50 points. What happened the first time in the NFL. So I know that he could go point for point with it. This is why I love the over. I love the over because I know they go point for point. The last time they met
over 52.5.
I love it. Last time they met, both teams scored 104 points altogether. Last time they met on week 1. And but it was a whole different team. Don't get me wrong. Jerry Goff was on the LA Rams. It was a whole different team. But I just like the whole chemistry, just the firepower of the coaches on the line. We know this is the Super Bowl chance. We know that Mahomes gonna come with that X factor. This is why I love Mahomes to win the game. Money line. I love my Chiefs money line, but against the spread, I must go with the Lions. And also I like the over. So my three picks for one game, honestly, I have Mahomes. I have actually four picks. I have Mahomes and Jared Goff passing yards over. I have over 54. I have Detroit Lions plus 6.5 because I liked it in the early lines. I had the early lines.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I see in my books is at 4.5. If it's at 4.5, me personally, I like at the new line. I like cheese at the new line, but money line to keep want to make a safe bet. Just ride the wave. I like cheese money line. So for my official lock, I love Chiefs money line. But if you want to sweat with me on Sunday, on Thursday, if you want to sweat real good, also place that side bet on that
Plus
plus. But
5.
and also my parlay of that thing would be over 54 points and Chiefs money line. But against the
They,
spread,
they
I have to
have the
go.
line at 52, so I mean it's a better pick. It's not 54, it's at 52, so it's actually
Yeah,
better.
I love both teams to score 20, 21 points. Another team just get 28. I like it. I don't think it'll be a heavy defensive battle. A lot of main they're third and short, third and long guys out. Chris Jones, so Travis Kelsey, they third and long guy on offense is out. So I just love the other team. When it's third and long, I understand Mahomes. He does Mahomes things, but on the receiving end, on them beautiful and amazing catches are those guys. But if you want to go to now a couple props, since Travis Kelsey is out, I think a lot. I think they're gonna put a lot of load on Pacheco. This just for this game since Kelsey's out.
Okay.
There's put less load on Mahomes because the if you look at both receiving cores, I believe that everybody will say that the Lions receiving core is way better, far better than the Chiefs receiving core right here. The
Yeah.
only difference the only difference between it is the quarterbacks, and I know that
Now, Michael. Now, I don't
Mahomes
want to cut you off, but Armand St. Brown, Marvin Jones Jr., Josh Reynolds are the receiver. They're going against Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdez Scantling, and Sky Moore. I don't think it's much of a receiver difference, but go ahead, continue.
okay.
I think it's
Um,
equal.
well, we'll see. We'll see on Thursday. It's week one. It's a lot of
It's a lot of question
questions.
marks. Yep.
I
Okay. So,
but
your official pick is the plus 5.5 to take the safe
yeah,
side. Kansas City Chiefs, money line.
yes.
All right. Not a bad pick at all. We have another Thursday night game. I did not even know this was a Thursday night game, to be honest.
You get that $10 Henny. Go ahead.
$10
Sorry.
hen
Yeah,
dog. That's the
yeah.
shot hen dog.
Get a little shot, but you know,
But
shout out to Hennessy. If you want to, if you want to partner, let me
now, our next game. Shout out to Hennessy, by the way. But our next game, I don't. It says this is a Thursday night game. I'm just not figuring out this is a Thursday night game. So that's crazy at that. But no, actually no.
know.
This is Sunday. I'm going crazy. Okay, makes a lot more sense. Okay, yeah, this is a
My bad,
Sunday game.
bro. My bad. I'm back. I had a little music in the background, but I'm back.
Yeah, we good. We
So
good.
yeah, let me go through. Let me pull up the receiving core because
Now we on San Fran versus Pittsburgh right now. You said your official pick was the plus 5 and money line, right?
the plus my official my official lock to make everybody money all day long, all day
Yeah, B.
is money line. So I go with you against a money line, but against the spread, I'm going with my dogs. It's a dog weekend, man. It's a dog weekend. It's a dirty dog weekend.
Okay, I like the Chiefs at the minus 5.5. That's my official pick.
Okay.
You like the plus 5, so We're totally opposite on that. Okay, the next game. This is a Sunday morning. Oh, afternoon actually. I thought this was 12 o'clock.
Sunday fun day.
Okay, so this is a Sunday afternoon game. San Francisco 49ers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's another
Okay, you
tough
start.
one, man. Nick Bosa just got signed. He just got
Okay.
signed, so he's active for Sunday's game. But he didn't play not a single rep of preseason. To be honest, man, I'm gonna go with the Steelers, man. This is gonna be, I think today's Sunday is gonna be an underdog hell for a lot of teams. I think a lot of these underdogs are gonna win. And Steelers at that plus money, it just looks very pretty to me. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm just going the simple route. But man, TJ Watt, Cam Hayward leading that charge on the defense. San Francisco, their big question mark is the O-line. And they have Brock Purdy. Come on. So now we have a nice tough D-line in the Steelers. The DBs, we always know the DBs for the Steelers are no joke. So we know for the fact the defense is going to be the sung hero of this game. Now the question is for me to really go ahead and pick the Steelers at the money line plus money, is what Kenny Pickett is gonna do. The receivers are better. I think the receivers are better than San Fran. That is a tough take to make, but like we can pull it up. You can pull up depth charts. Like you got NFL young boy in the team. We got Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson. Like that right there is a three-headed dragon. Like this, those three receivers could match up with the Bengals three receivers, you know. And you can go ahead and go to San Fran's receivers. They have Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuels, George Kittle, and Juwan
Yeah.
Jennings.
And McCaffrey.
Huh? You count McCaffrey as the okay? Yeah, I guess you could count McCaffrey as the receiver too. Najee Harris.
Yeah, you got to McCaffrey. They got McCaffrey at 35 yards reception yards on their props, so you got to take him as a receiver. He getting the same amount of yards as certain tight ends.
Right. You make a great point here. Because at this point for week one, I'm going with the depth chart route. I don't know who's gonna do what. Depth chart and offensive coordinators are gonna be my real focus for how my bets are gonna go. And lineup for lineup, man. Who's gonna be the better team coming out of here? I think Pittsburgh. They beefing up on the O line, especially in the draft. That right there, I'm liking it. You know, with their 10th overall pick, they went ahead and got a center, if I'm not mistaken. They've been
Yeah.
beefing up that O line for Kenny Pickett to throw, man. I think today's ball game, they're gonna do something. I think the line has it based on what the 49ers did the prior season. So I got Steelers with the money line. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you. Also, they got George Pickens receiving yard receptions at 41 yards. I feel like more than any size, I feel like that's the lock. Who else? Who else is Pickens throwing it to? I feel
Deontay
like
Johnson,
you
Allen,
know. I feel
and
like
the new receiver Allen Robinson. Go ahead.
yeah, no. I feel like this year they're having better understanding. I've been watching them preseason. I've watched the practices. They're having more of a better connection this year than last year. So I just love his reception yards. All I need is 4 catches from you for 10 yards, something like that. I'll take it. I'll lock that in. But for the sides, I love the Steelers winning it flat out.
Definitely
Just
gonna
on
be a
just
dogfight.
based on coaching alone. We got a seasoned veteran coach that's always over 500 every year he played,
Correct.
and he know how to lead a ship. And then you got I love Najee giving me. I love the O line running with Najee. You got good O lines, you said, for Najee. Um, Defense wise, he always had a defensive mindset. So that I know the team is a defensive first team, but they're going against a high explosive offense. It just can't Brock Purdy command that offense. If you look at Brock Purdy how he played last year, they played it real safe with Brock Purdy. Well, they played it to his style, but now this year he got a whole training camp. He knows he's that guy. Last year he didn't know he was just thrown into the fire. I'm a third. He was a third screen quarterback. He got thrown into the fire, and it just so happened that he was able to blossom in the program that the coaches gave, because the coaches' offensive program is so complex for a defense that's, a couple bubble screens here and there and blah blah. You got Debo, you got McCaffrey. There's so much weapons on that. You got Kittle. So much weapons on the offensive end. It makes it really easy for that quarterback. So I like for the on the deep routes. I like for the cornerbacks. For the Steelers to hold it down. You just gotta watch a lot of the run after the catches. If you can contain the run after the catches, I think the Steelers could keep it. Keep the game close and win it in the fourth.
Okay.
So that's about that right there. Don't really know that much about the players or whatnot, but I know everything about coaching. That's how I win a lot of my games. So
All right.
you know,
So we're
you
about
see,
we both agree. I like the Steelers at the money line. You like them at the money line or the plus 2.5?
um, I like them at the money line, but if you like to gamble, plus 2.5.
All
But I
right.
like them.
We got our next team.
But my
Atlanta.
lock, my for sure lock for that game. I'm sorry to interrupt. My for sure lock for that game is Pickens over reception.
All right. Pickens over in this receiving. You mean?
Yep, 41 yards.
Okay. So, for the next one, I'm not going to overcomplicate it. It's the Carolina Panthers versus Atlanta Falcons. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I got Atlanta Falcons. This team is still the same team from last year. The only thing different is literally the quarterback position. I believe Desmond Ridder is the starting quarterback. So a quarterback that's been in the regime, that understands the playbook, second year into it versus a Bryce Young, first game getting thrown into the fire. Like, I'm not gonna overcomplicate it, man. With my money, I'm going with the minus 3.5. Don't make it hard for myself. And that's just really my pick, man. This team has been gelled together. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the gel team that has chemistry versus a team that's, they're trying to figure things out and put it together piece by piece. I got to go with the team with more chemistry, and the Atlanta Falcons at the minus 3.5 is my official pick. What do you think?
Okay. Well, I ain't really look into this game too much. It's a doodle off. But
Right.
when we pay attention to more and more and more, um, Atlanta, you can't trust a quarterback on his first game, getting put in the fire and playing in front of 50 all them fans and all that good stuff. Now you got, it's okay when you had a little college behind your back. Now you got a you got two states behind your back. You got North and South Carolina. So I don't
Safe,
know.
man. To be honest, I rather. Hmm? Huh? Breaking up. Hello?
Things will be coming from. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I know that his passing won't really be good. I know that he'll be getting most of his yards off of his feet.
And who's blocking for Bryce Young, for crying out loud? Who's blocking for the guy? Atlanta should go
The
ahead and
only way,
decimate this team, dog.
honestly,
It's not
the only way, you-
complicated.
the only way you get Bryce Young and stuff like that is
Bro, if he wins
you.
tonight, it's
You
gonna be a great story for ESPN. Hey,
the
fuck
only
it,
way you
I'm
get
going
a top.
against it, bro.
The only way you get a top pick like that is when you ask in. A top pick never goes to a good team. So a
Nah,
top quarterback never
it's
goes to a good
it's
team.
a kind of a solid team. They got Adam Thielen now. They got some players. Adam Thielen's probably the only good player when you think about it. But
Would you put Adam Thielen in your fantasy?
yeah, I actually would. I think Adam Thielen is gonna have a bounce back year this year. I
So
really. Who else is gonna be the
you gotta get the ball
receiver?
to Thielen. You gotta get the ball to Thielen, bro. It's so much that goes into that
Adam
for
Thielen
Thielen
is
to get the ball.
questionable, and DJ Chark too. That's another thing. They're both questionable.
Yeah, but I haven't really that game right there. I haven't really. I can't give you nothing on that right there, so you can keep it going. God damn, that girl was beautiful. Keep going.
Um, yeah, I got Atlanta Falcons. I'm taking the minus 3.5 for the money line. To be honest, I think this is
I'll
my
pick,
this is my best pick of the day as of right now. This is my best pick. I think Atlanta Falcons
yeah,
gonna
Atlanta.
decimate them.
I like ATL money line also.
Yeah,
What you call it? It's
I
a
love
home
them better.
game. it's a home game. They're in the dome. I like the money line. Maybe you might have Quavo out there and them boys.
Okay, next
I like them
game.
boys.
We got Houston, Texas versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I might sound crazy. I might sound crazy, but I really think Baltimore could go 0-1. This is where I might get motherfuckers tuning out the video. I think I got
Yeah, you
Baltimore,
sound
man.
crazy.
I think I got Houston beating Baltimore, man. At the end of the day, dog, man. Really think about it, man. This team, Houston, Texas, was not a bad team last year. I watched their games from time to time, and every time I watched them, they've always been a good team. But I really feel like they purposely tanked for this moment to get C.J. Stroud. This team, hey, the O line is gonna block. We've known that the O line is gonna block. The real question mark is the defense for this Houston Texas team. C.J. Stroud is gonna have time to throw. He's gonna have time to, and especially if they get the run game opened up, it would be so much beautiful. But at the end of the day, man, I'm picking on a Baltimore Ravens team that have not played together. You got a rookie receiver, um, you got Odell Beckham, you got Lamar Jackson. Like, these guys haven't played at all together, man. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going with the team that at least played some preseason games. You know, they got some type of chemistry. They can build around something. With this Baltimore Ravens team, even having a new offensive coordinator, there's too much brand new things going on for me to go ahead and really pick them comfortably at the -10 position at least. Even if betting on them underdog money line, even if that sounds crazy, I would rather be safe and take them at the +10. And this is why I think it's gonna be an underdog clinic today. I really think Houston is gonna be really give them a run for their money. If the game folds away, at best it's gonna be in the fourth quarter. But all three quarters, I see them holding it tight. It's the fourth quarter that's going to be questionable for that pick. But I like the Houston Texans +10 to be safe, to really gamble money line. Go ahead.
Well, when you first look at the whole game right there, when you first look at it like this, Ravens versus, and you know what's going on, you would want to do -10 also. But then you got to look at now. You got to go back to before I get into stats and all that good stuff and talk betting. Now you got to go back to just looking at the bet charts. When you look at the public bets and other, how much money, majority money is on the Ravens +10. Majority. Um, what I'll say about that is, I love the whole lineup of the Ravens, but I love the plus money. I since it's underdog, it's an underdog weekend. It's week one. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be a highlighting game. Lamar Jackson will get his win. Lamar Jackson will stay maybe 7-0 easily, but against the spread, just don't like it. Yeah, the offense is hot. The only thing you're hearing about is the offense. You're not hearing nothing about the defense. You're not hearing nothing about the special team. You're just so locked in on the quarterback that and all the money they spending all this stuff on the offense. Like, there's got to be some type of flaws in the defense. And I'm really gonna be watching that game. I'm not gonna bet that game because it's like I don't like really public games like that. I like to go against it, but I'm
Right.
just so I'm not gonna bet that game. But
Gun to
when
your
you look at
head. Gun to your head. What are you picking? You
if,
gotta pick.
against the spread, I love Houston against the spread just because of the public. But money line, if I want to just continue my week, if I want to add that to a parlay, I'm going with the Ravens money line.
Okay.
I always have two or three different tickets. I have my singles bets, then I have a money line parlay, and that's it really. And I have some props.
Okay.
So I add that to my money line.
All right. Next game. Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns. You want to start this game off, or you want me to go ahead and start this off?
Chubb going Chubb.
Right.
Chubb going Chubb.
I don't know
Chubb
who on
going
that
Chubb.
defense gonna stop Nick Chubb. I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know who on that Bengals defense is gonna even stop or tackle Nick Chubb.
And this is Deshaun Watson's first real season. With everybody, you got a good full training camp, full OTAs. Don't for people, do not forget Deshaun Watson is still him. So make all
Correct.
that stuff. The reason why he's able to get in allegations and scandals like that because he is him. He's on a radar because he's him. So do
Safe.
not forget that. And this year will be the year that he shows everybody I'm back. So I like Cleveland against a lot of teams this year just because of the grit, and I know they're gonna come with just of the and the fans are gonna make sure they come with the grit. I love their play calling, love their coach. I forgot all the coach's name right now, so I'm so sorry about that. But I'm gonna get that next time. I'm gonna get that for you next time. But yeah, Deshaun Watson, man, and
Man,
Chubb, that is too high powered. And then you got Miles Garrett and them boys on defense humming. You
safe.
only could look when you have a person like Miles Garrett, you only could pass on one side of the field. You gotta throw you can't pass on his side of the field. He's just such a big body coming in so fast that you gotta go look at the highlights. Look at most of his stats. He's always on the weak side. A quarterback
And
gonna make
my
sure that
God, who is gonna block for Joe Burrow? Keep in mind, Joe Burrow hasn't been really been training with the team like that. Maybe he's getting a couple throws, but but
Joe
remember
Burrow
he got
also Joe
nicked
Burrow
up. He hasn't been
he's
playing no
questionable.
preseason.
Yeah, he also I think
No,
it's
he's
he's
playing. He's
questionable week
definitely
one.
he's playing week one. Ain't nobody stopping Joe Burrow from even Joe Burrow can't even stop himself from playing week one. He's gonna play week one. There's no debating that. There's no debating Joe Burrow questionable. He's playing week one. If he's not playing, then oh shit, like I'm gonna have to owe somebody money in the chat or some shit. But I don't know who's blocking for Burrow at the end of the day. Orlando Brown, I'm sorry, he's not him anymore. He's not the same old Orlando Brown. Cordell Volson, I don't know who that is. I can't really speak on them. But Alex Kappa and Jonah Williams is not gonna cut it. Not like that against and Miles Garrett and that defense. Now, at the end of the day, who's gonna stop Chubb? That's gonna be the question mark. Chubb is gonna be once you can get that run game open, you can definitely open up with the pass. Amari Cooper, he's gonna want to rejuvenate this year. Donovan Peoples Jones, he's gonna want to do his thing. Njoku, this is a solid team in Cleveland, man. And to be honest, all the teams that
Very
done
solid.
good in their first 2 years usually have a third year kind of slack. And I see Cleveland Brown, and I like them at the money line. Forget the plus money. Money line, Cleveland Brown underdogs. I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, that's a for sure lock also.
Maybe by
Too.
Saturday, I could see that being even. But for today's lock, I like it at that. If it's even by Saturday, regardless, I'm still gonna take Cleveland.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Minnesota, cause they get cold like Minnesota. Um, this is a tough one, man. This is one of those games I'll just pass on it. Um, at the end of the day, Baker Mayfield versus Kirk Cousins is one of those games I kind of don't want to participate in. Um, this Minnesota team, they've won a lot of close games last year. Are they going to go ahead and finish it out? They won a lot of close games, but are they going to go ahead and do the same thing? I don't see this team blowing out any team in the NFL. And I've literally seen Baker Mayfield play one game into the Los Angeles Rams without knowing the playbook, knowing anything at all. Playing that game and win. So I think this is going to be a rejuvenating year for Baker. So even though I said I don't like the game, if I had gun to my head and I had to pick, I'm going with Tampa Bay because I've seen Baker Mayfield get out the hound and be a dog. And guys, I'm going with will over skill. Kirk Cousins may have more skills than Baker, but Baker Mayfield has more will, and that's what I'm betting on for tonight's game. For today's game, actually, it's a night game. I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Okay.
at the +6. What do you think?
Tampa Bay +6 also. I love it, love it, love it. Um, and Baker I trust mostly, but I'm close by Orlando. I live in Orlando right now, so I'm close by. So I guess I'm a little home biased. But Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, he's very inconsistent, but I don't think for week one he will be. He might throw a couple interceptions like that, but he's very, very, very. He bet on himself. Just like Jameis Winston and guys like that. I love guys that bet on themselves, even though everybody backs against the wall. Who cares?
Right.
I'm him. So I love Baker for that.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
literally,
really know.
I'm on the
Don't really
same
know too
route.
much. But Vikings still got Justin Jefferson. They lost Dalvin Cook. Am I correct? I believe they lost Dalvin Cook. So
You gotta
because he
open
was
that
going.
in order to get him open. You gotta open that run game up. That's what I'm thinking. Who's gonna
Yeah.
open
So
that run
besides
game
this,
up?
I feel like this year they might just be stat padding Justin Jefferson. I don't know about them in the ring or them in just winning games right now. So I gotta see. But right now I feel like Baker just has something to prove for the most of all, and he has the weapons to prove it with. So
So what? Tampa Bay at the +6 or money line?
Tampa at the +6. Can't give him money line. Don't have that much faith in them yet. But hopefully you can find them in a good spot.
I agree. I agree. We're at the same. Okay. So right now we're kind of going with the same flow over here. Okay.
Hey man.
Um, next game. This might be my skip game because Arizona Cardinals +7. They're going against the Commanders. The Commanders are favored at 7 points. Arizona Cardinals versus the Commanders. What do you think?
Man,
This is my skip
Arizona
game.
Arizona jumping ship and Commanders is starting to believe. So that's in the direction both teams is going right now. I'm going with Washington. They got
And a lot of people are saying Arizona is on a tanking mode, but I don't think this team is tanking because Kyler Murray's only injured for 4 fucking weeks. How can they tank? And you just paid the quarterback. So there, a lot of people. I think that's where the confusion could be. Like gambling that 7 points with Sam Howell is kind of crazy. Like
hmm
if it was Carson Wentz at the mound, I would rather do that. Sam Howell is kind of crazy. So for that reason, like I wouldn't even touch this game in the first off, but I kind of would do Arizona Cardinals at that +7. Joshua Dobbs is not a game. I don't know why people thinking they're just gonna tank because they pick up Joshua Dobbs. He's gonna go ahead and make some solid throws. He's gonna be manageable at least. We can at least say that. But then again, the Commanders have a great D line when you think about it. That's another thing that a lot of people. This
yeah.
is a tough one, man. I really don't know. I really don't know, and I can't give an answer. I'm trying to find an angle to it, but as I'm speaking, I just don't know the angle that I can find with it. So that's my
Yeah.
skip game for me personally. It's two doodle fest teams.
Yeah, me too. Skip for me, really. But if I had a gun to my head, I'll just take Washington.
Yeah, I do it too, just because of that D
I'll take
line.
I'll take I'll take me being an offensive head coach and stuff like that. I'll take he knows how to win. So hopefully they synced in with the culture. I'll go with that. Arizona don't even, everybody want to leave that team. Team's really blowing up in a way.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Kyler Murray's young, so he still has time to flourish. So
But what do you think about the situation with the Caleb Williams? Do you think they're gonna tank for him, or do you think they're gonna start off trying to win games?
mm-hmm.
That's
I think we're on it. But if I was them, I would go for Caleb.
yeah, I do the same thing. But Kyler Murray being injured for 4 weeks is kind of the question mark with that. I really don't know, but that's a skip for me. Next game is Tennessee Titans versus New Orleans Saints. They have New Orleans Saints favored at -3. Um, this is another game that I just don't know. Two evenly matched teams, and I'm not even gonna act like I know. It's one of those situations. How did the Titans do with AJ Brown? And you could kind of see that mirror that same type of offense with DeAndre Hopkins, I guess. It's just one of those. At the end of the day, man, the Saints defense, Chris Olave, Mike Thomas, and those guys with Derek Carr. Ooh, you just can't let that go. Um, I don't know. What do you think, man? I don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those games that I'm saying I don't know. I've been confident for the Atlanta Falcons and Panthers game, but when it comes to Tennessee Titans and Saints, it's kind of I don't know, and I don't. It's one of those games you got to see week one on what these teams are made of. I have to
Derek
check it
Carr,
out.
Derek Carr first game as a Saint.
Remember,
He's
Derrick
gonna.
Henry can't coming off injury. That's another thing. You know,
Quarterbacks. I don't really like a lot of quarterbacks that's coming to a new team, new situation. Besides Aaron Rodgers, but other than that, I don't like no quarterback coming to a new situation just coming in and just winning. Because if you were just winning, then you wouldn't be in a new situation. So, um,
great point. You got to keep in mind the Saints defense.
yeah,
Chris Olave, he had 1,000 yard season without without Derek Carr, with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston at the mound. So it's another thing to consider. Do you think Chris Olave is gonna do something with Carr? And granted, and the preseason Carr looked amazing. Looked like old school Derek Carr from the Raiders. Old school Carr. He gave me those vibes. But at the end of the day, man, I'm rather go with Tennessee, dog. A team that could really go ahead, run the rock. Ryan Tannehill, always been one of my favorite quarterbacks. I never understood the Ryan Tannehill hate. But this is me being biased towards Tannehill because I'm a huge fan of him. I like Tennessee Titans. But I wouldn't listen to myself on this pick, on this game right here, because I really don't know. This is another game like the Arizona Cardinals and Commanders for me. Gun in my head, I'm going with Titans.
I love King Harry. I like King Harry having a bounce back season personally. So just run the clock out. Just run them dry.
It's going to be a dogfight, most definitely. I'll take the under. That'd probably be my for sure pick. Under at 41.5 points. Seems like the best option here, but I wouldn't even touch that game. It's one of those games I'm just going to have to watch, see what each team are made of week one to get a grip of it. Okay, all right, then understand how things are going to go. But that's just what I think.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. It's a divisional game right here.
Man, Trevor Lawrence, I trust personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree, man. I really want to go with the Colts because they do have the offensive coordinator that came from the Eagles as their head coach. I'm forgetting his name. They have him as his head coach, and I've seen this guy dial the plays up in the preseason. Granted, it's just the preseason, but I've seen him dialed up those plays. Each play looked pretty good, man. But all in all, man, I just can't go against the Prince and Trevor Lawrence. I just can't go against the Prince, man. Calvin Ridley, a Bama receiver. I'm pretty sure he's angry, missing the whole season just for gambling. So he's going to want to make a statement. So it's one of those games. I want to go with Anthony Richardson, but I just can't take him at week one at the mound. I just can't do it week one. No Jonathan Taylor, too, to help him out. I don't know about that. I don't know. So just for that simple reason, man, Jacksonville, a playoff team, a team that's for sure can make a comeback. I'm going with Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I'm going with them favored at the -4.5, and I might be a locked pick for me. I really like them at -4.5. I don't know. I feel like that's a steal, but that's a steal. That's a steal.
Jacksonville's a for sure lock.
That's a steal.
As you think, Calvin Ridley is a statement year.
But I'm trying to figure out why do they have the lines at -4.5? This is one of those games you put it at 7. Like that's like, am I missing something? Is it that good to be true? Like, is somebody injured that we're missing? That's what I'm thinking at this point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But maybe I'm overthinking it. And they went 3-0 in the preseason too. Jacksonville,
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of crazy that I'm seeing the spread at -4.5, but I'm definitely taking that -4.5 spread from Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns or more.
Yeah, me too. Love them winning by 2 touchdowns. They believe.
All right, we got about maybe 5 more games left. Philadelphia Eagles versus the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots at +4, man. I might take them at the money line. I done seen New England almost cough up a game to the Texans last year. I said New England. I done seen Philly cough up the game to the Texans last year. And when you look at their season, and when you look at their schedule last season, they did not play any good teams. The quarterbacks that they played, 12 of those quarterbacks were not good for the last season. So to be honest, I felt like Philly had to win those games. They lost their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator. So it's some new coordinators coming in, but at the end of the day, they got a new defensive tackle in Jalen Carter. And the only weak spot I can say is their secondary cornerback. But at the end of the day, man, I got Mac Jones at the hound with Ezekiel Elliott, Amon Stevenson, Juju Smith, Devontae Parker. I got those guys really coming in and wanting to make noise. They know that they know that their division is not an easy walk in the park. They're competing with the Jets, the Bills, and the Dolphins. They know they have each game matters, even week one. I feel like New England is gonna come in with some real firepower week one and punch them in the mouth. So a better pick will be New England winning the first half of the football, but I'm gonna go with New England money line, and that's my for sure pick. New England money line at the underdogs.
Okay. Um, love, um, love Eagles,
Yeah.
man. That D line, man.
Oh wow.
Mm, Might be one of the best D lines ever put together. They're on the mission this year. They're on-
Okay.
we have that beautiful O line that nobody left. Travis Kelsey came back for a reason. This is a statement year for them. I think they're gonna just dog. I think they're gonna doghouse that team right there. Um, Patriots way. The Patriot way is over. I feel like
Oh.
um, besides Judon, who else they have on the defensive end? Um,
You know who they have on the defensive end? Bill Belichick. That's who you got. That's who you're forgetting about. I don't know if you put him in consideration, but that's who they got on
so
the
much,
defensive end. Bill Belichick.
so much you can do with the controller in your hands, you know.
Right.
They got to play.
At the end of the day, you gotta have to play with the overalls. You make a great point there, man. But I got week one. I feel like both teams are gonna be fired up. Which team is gonna be the hungrier team? I feel, and that's just why I'm going with the Patriots.
Ezekiel Ellis to be rejuvenated, trying to come back, but we haven't seen that yet. That's just a question that need to be answered.
Great
Honestly,
point. Great point.
you got to think that O line can hold for a running back finally. It's just so much. Yeah, it's just so much. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a defensive coach, but who defense is better?
Philly.
Exactly. So I feel like just off of that, I feel like the quarterback only really has 3 seconds every third down, every third and long, every third and five. I feel like he has less than 3 seconds. So until and hey and that
Oh,
D,
they do have. I don't know why I'm forgetting about New England's DBs: Christian Gonzalez, Jabril Peppers, Kyle Duggar, Jonathan Jones. I'm not gonna lie. I'm forgetting about their DBs. I don't know why I just slept on them, but keep that in mind. Keep that in
I love
mind.
no, I love the DBs too, but I almost feel like it's gonna get to that type of even get to that type of level where we even worrying about that honestly because I love the DBs, but I used to have um Brown, Smith, got some monsters
Yeah,
on
and
the
they
on the.
got DeAndre Swift too, the Lions running back that they picked up.
Yeah,
That's a tough one.
they got a couple Pro Bowlers on the offensive and defensive line, so it's kind of tough to be. It's kind of very tough to go against that, you know.
Yeah, it's very tough. Very tough.
Very tough until and especially a team that lost in the Super Bowl and then didn't do no trades, nothing like that. Everything kept the same. They're here. They're here. It's a statement year for me personally. It's what I think as a coach. We loved everything we did. Everything was beautiful. We just didn't finish the goal. Let's finish the goal out this year. I feel like this year they're going to go maybe 12-0 first 12 games. I feel like
Wow.
until I don't feel like nobody's going to really test them.
Wow, I
But
think
you know, I'm
I
fine with
like a
it.
week one loss. One of the Super Bowl teams are gonna lose week one. I tell you
And
that
then you got
much.
you got you got young, you got Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Brandon Graham, and oh my God.
One thing I'll tell you for a
That
fact.
lineup right there sound like something you already have in the Pro Bowl.
One thing
So
I'll tell you for a fact. One of the Super Bowl teams are losing, and I'm betting against both of them. I'm betting against both of them. Chiefs, Lions. At the end of the day, it's like I gotta go with Chiefs. I got to. I sound bet against both of them. I'm betting against one of them is gonna lose. I'm going with the Chiefs. One of them is gonna lose, and I think it's gonna be New England. I said New England. Philly. I don't know. I'm all over the place right now. I got these teams highlighted on the side. That's why I'm reading it on the side, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I got Philly losing. One of the Super Bowl teams are gonna lose. I think Kansas City is gonna come out with the dub, and I think Philly's gonna lose. I think that's how it's gonna go. At the end of the day, man, Patriots is a tough pick, but anything can happen at that week 1. And I'm gonna just go with the Patriots. Am I loving that pick? No. But
tough pick.
I gotta go with them, man. A more hungry team. I'm looking at their division. Bill Belichick is not a loser. I tell you that right now. I've watched these Patriots teams a lot.
You've been losing ever since Tom Brady left. So I don't know what to talk about.
What?
Before Tom Brady was there, he was a loser.
How do you recover from losing the best quarterback ever? It takes time to recover. It's like when LeBron James left the Miami Heat.
He was third. He was the last pick. He wasn't the best quarterback ever coming in.
You're right. You're right. But he became the best quarterback ever. You got this man till he's like 40 something. How can he recover? It's like LeBron. It's like LeBron James.
No excuses. As a coach, no excuses.
What you mean? You forgot he drafted Jimmy Garoppolo? And Tom Brady didn't want that?
Don't matter what Jimmy did. Jimmy didn't get a ring. You got a ring?
He's been to Super Bowls. He would have took him. He would have took Belichick to at least a Super Bowl. We can at least agree to that.
So that's Cam Newton.
Man, the washed up Cam Newton, dog. At the end of the day, you can't put that on Belichick, man. I look at it as like the Miami Heat scenario. Once LeBron left, it was tough to recover. Once Michael Jordan left, it was tough to recover.
Can't compare that.
What?
From 5-on-5 and 11-on-11.
I'm just giving. Why can't you compare that?
I feel like you can't compare that scenario. I feel like.
I think this is the recovery season. Dog, what you mean you can't compare that? One of the greatest coaches ever with the greatest basketball player ever, one of the greatest coaches ever, one of the greatest football players ever. You can't compare that? I don't know, man. Is this one of those spots I can't bet against Bill Belichick? That's why I said I don't love this pick, but I just can't pick the Eagles proudly. Belichick is going to have something for that ass. I didn't see this man run the ball the whole game against the Bills, Josh Allen. I seen him run the whole game against Josh Allen's Bills and whoop their ass. When the whole world thought this team was the it team. So it's one of those spots, like, I just can't bet against it, man. I feel you. I can't disagree with you with that Philly pick. That's the most safe pick, granted. But I just can't go against Bill. This is one of those spots, man.
Yep,
so, one of the Super Bowl teams are gonna lose. My bet is gonna be Philly's losing. That's just me. I picked the Chiefs. That's the Super Bowl team that's gonna win. Philly's gonna be the Super Bowl team that's gonna lose. Both of these teams are not gonna lose. Both of these teams are not gonna win. It's gonna be one or the other. That's just my personal thought, though. Okay, we got literally about 5 more games left. Okay, all right, let's crack these out. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. It's another tough game, man.
Tough game. I like Russell Wilson comeback season, but it's tough.
This is a tough one, man. I don't know what angle I can find in these two games. I did a lot of research on this game too, man. I've been having a lot of question marks for a little minute on this game. I don't know what angle I could take. To be honest, I don't want to sit here and give you guys a crazy angle, but for the safest pick that that I'm gonna go with is Josh Jacobs yards over. I don't know what his yards is set at
Okay,
this point.
what game you want?
Raiders versus Broncos.
The Raiders versus the Broncos. Okay.
Yeah, I can see Josh Jacobs over yards. At the end of the day, he killed fantasy football last year. I can see him starting the year off good with a nice run game going. So the only spot I could take here is Josh Jacobs yards over. What do you think?
Love that. I love that. Hold on,
You
I'm
know,
getting to it. Hold on.
Adam. You got Adams, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfro. No, one of these receivers are gonna go under the numbers in yards. It's
Um, Me personally, what's the spread on that thing? I
minus
like
four.
Denver.
Denver's favorite, surprisingly.
I love Denver.
Denver. Okay. I don't know who's gonna win that matchup, man. My best pick is Josh Jacobs over yards. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe over the points. At the end of the day, I know that Denver Raiders defense. It's a whole bunch of question marks behind it because Chandler Jones, he wants to play. I believe he wants to leave, but he wants to just play football, and they're not letting him play. They drafted a whole new DN, so there's already a little bit of locker room commotion there. At the end of the day, man, I'm going to go with you on that Broncos pick. I'm going to go with you on that pick. It's a lot of drama going on in Las Vegas. New quarterback, Jimmy G. It's going to be one of those spots, man. One of those spots is going to look kind of crazy. I see Josh Jacobs going off. That's really about it for that team. Denver Broncos. Money line. I don't know about taking him at that -4. It might be too much, but I like him money line. Los Angeles Rams versus Seattle Seahawks. Cooper Kupp. He's out for the first week. Hello? Yo. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Yeah, I can't hear you, fam. No, I can't hear you. I'm pretty sure it's not my end. Yeah, it's on your end. I don't know what's going on your end. Maybe you have to hang up and call back. Yeah, you might have to bang it and slide back in. Seattle Seahawks versus the Rams. That's going to be a tough one, man. Hold on, let me get him in his Discord. Let's get him in the Discord. Alrighty. Yo.
You hear me?
Perfect.
Alright,
let's make this quick, man, before the Discord trip out on us. Alright, Los Angeles Rams versus Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks is favored at -5.5. Don't do that to me. It's doing it again. Talk?
Yeah, hello?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you keep it like that. Whatever you're doing, that's probably the best audio.
Yeah, I connected to my Wi-Fi, so you should be straight.
Alright. Seattle Seahawks versus Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks is favored at -5.5. What do you think?
And Gino, I trust, man. Gino, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Come on, bro.
They wrote me in, and I ain't right back, dog. And Gino, I trust, dog. To be honest, I think Gino's top 5 best quarterbacks in the game.
Top 5 more consistent right now.
What? I like him better than Herbert. I like him better than Herbert. I like and their losses last year became because that defense was young. That defense was full of rookies. Now this defense have another year into that defense. The DBs they're like the next Legion of Boom, man. I love their DBs. I
Yeah.
know for the fact that the DBs is gonna do it. Question is,
Hmm.
can a D line get to the quarterback? And I think this is a perfect game to showcase the defensive line. At the end of the day, I don't know who's blocking for Stafford. This is the game to really showcase your defensive line. And I think Sean McVay is gonna be leaving the Los Angeles Rams after this season. I think he's going to a broadcasting job, so I don't know how he's going to take care of this season. There's a lot of question marks with the Rams.
The Ram windows is over with.
Yeah, it's just too much question marks, man. The Seattle Seahawks, this is a real team that's down to work. I know Gino's in that film room really working.
I'm not added to my mainline parlay.
This is actually my favorite pick of the day, man. I don't know if Vegas, I don't know if they're really tricking me, but I'm gonna go for the trick and I'm gonna go with the Seahawks at -5.5. I really might just be extra and have them winning by 2 touchdowns. I might put a custom spread, but -5.5. It's my official pick with them. What do you have? You got the same thing, right?
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 games left. Oh wow, I counted way wrong earlier. Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah, the Bears.
The Bears.
Bears defense. And their Bears defense still looking good. They got a mobile quarterback, which hurts most defensive coordinators running quarterbacks.
I'm about to go Green Bay.
Here's one of the best.
Jordan Love has a cannon of an arm. I really think him being decent is gonna be good enough. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon at the running back position. I don't know who. It's like a Nick Chubb situation. When Chicago's defense is gonna stop him besides Tremaine Edmonds, the middle linebacker that came from the Buffalo Bills, number 49. I don't know who on that Bears defense is gonna stop that two-headed monster and those running backs.
Yeah, it's a tough game.
And they have them at underdogs. That's why I like them. If Chicago was underdog, I might have liked Chicago. But I don't like Chicago being favorite, man. I like that underdog position. Granted, a lot of these underdogs, I have a lot of underdogs, granted. Like, the Patriots being one of them, I'll tell you that. Against the Philly.
Say it again?
I said I have a lot of underdogs. But Green Bay is my underdog pick. I'm taking Green Bay at the money line. Not much of an underdog. It's kind of even, but take him at that +100. Get a little extra value from it. I think Jordan Love is going to do good his first game. A lot of these rookie quarterbacks ain't going to do good. I think Jordan Love's, his true freshman year, is going to be good.
Okay.
All right. Okay, 3 more games. Okay. Miami Dolphins versus the Chargers, man. Ooh. I'm being biased, man. I don't ever bet on Miami Dolphins games unless I think they're gonna for sure win the game. I'm a real biased Dolphins fan. I'm gonna keep it honest with you, man. I have the Dolphins straight up winning this game. They've been playing like trash in the preseason. Yeah, they've been playing like garbage. I want to say Tua's been throwing some questionable interceptions in the preseason, but gotta go with the Dolphins, man. It's like it's speed versus strength. This is the ball game for me. I think Dolphins has the speed. Even their kick returner as their slot returner, I'm forgetting his name, Burrios, that came from the Jets. Yeah. That's their slot receiver. Straight speed all over the place. Mostert, running back, speed. Question is, can that speed beat brute strength? Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. You got Austin Eckler. Straight strength. So it's one of those spots, man. And like you said with the Georgia Eagles, and I'm talking about youth football, guys. Georgia Eagles versus the West Orlando Jaguars. And comparing youth football to NFL football is kind of crazy, but in this scenario, I can do it. West Orlando Jaguars lost. That was a speedy team. The Georgia Eagles was the beefier, stronger team, I think. And I'm going to use that philosophy with today's game. Granted, I love the Dolphins. I love them, but I don't think they're going to win week 1. It's going to be one of those spots. Dolphins is going to be the team starting 0-1 with the AFC East. I think the Patriots and actually, no, I'm not going to spoil the Jets and Bills game, but I think the Patriots going to be one of those teams from the AFC East taking a dub. And I think the Dolphins are going to lose, man. Sadly, but I think they're going to lose, man. I got the Chargers at the -3 spread. Might take a money line to be on the safe side, but I like the Chargers, man.
Yeah, I love Chargers -3 personally. Last year the Dolphins had that lucky. I'm a Dolphin fan, but the Dolphins had that lucky recovery from Tyreek Hill for a touchdown, which gave them pretty much the win. I feel like this is payback this year also, and just Dolphins pretty much banged up a lot this year. They're banged up, so Jalen Ramsey's out. Will can just say, okay, the
New defensive coordinator though.
new defensive
Best
coordinator. So like,
defensive coordinator in the game, Vic Fangio.
yeah, so it's tough.
He's the best one in the game. That's what kind of helps the defense out. We literally have the best defensive coordinator in the game. So like it helps it out. It's a tad bit, but man, even looking at it, dog, I don't know who in the offensive line for the Dolphins gonna be able to block Bosa and Khalil Mack. Eric Kendricks, middle linebacker. J.C. Jackson barely played last season, finally playing. He's going to be excited to finally get some reps in. Like, Asante Samuel. This is going to be a tough defense for the Dolphins, man.
Very tough, very tough, very tough. So
Yeah, I like the Chargers. All right. And we have the 8:20 game. What you say, my friend?
LA, is this a home game for the Dolphins?
I believe. Hold on, let me check. Hold on. But yeah, go ahead. What you were saying? I'm about to Google it right now. Versus Chargers. Let's see if this is a home game.
Oh, what I said. I don't know. I got brain forward. What was I saying again?
You was asking me if this is a home game. What was your point behind
So,
it?
it doesn't matter because usually Dolphins like to use the heat tactic, but it's playing LA team, which is hot over there too. So
Yeah, you know that heat tactic they like to do, put you in the hot sidelines and shit.
I don't blame them.
Do you think that'd be playing a factor though? You think that actually plays a factor?
Well, yeah.
You think so? It's hot regardless.
It get the way the stadium is built. It get to like 115 and 130 on that sideline.
Okay, they're playing at SoFi Stadium. So the Chargers at home. I thought SoFi Stadium was am I going crazy? I thought SoFi Stadium was the Rams. I think they share stadiums though. All right. Oh wow. Okay. Last game. Last but not least, we got officially the last game. We got the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. You want to start this last one off? I started the first one off.
I started off with the Jets. Of course they got Aaron Rodgers, Lazard. A couple guys came from the Packers, so they're looking real good. But man, forget all that. That defense.
Whew.
I don't think that defense letting go 20 points ever.
Sauce Gardner's hotter than fish grease right now. I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna have Stephon Diggs on lockdown, the drama queen. Go ahead, continue. I just had to add that part. Man, I'm going with the bad man, Aaron Rodgers, man. It's that simple, man. I love Josh Allen. I'm a huge fan of him. Only time I hate him is when he go against my Dolphins. But there's no running backs for this team. He's going to have to play hero ball again. I'm thinking they're going to make a huge improvement in the running back position. No, not really much big improvement. Like, if we go to the depth chart, like James Cook is their running back right now. James Cook is not gonna do it. I'm sorry, and this is coming from a guy that respects players that come from Miami, but I haven't seen it from James Cook. Damian Harris. It's the reason why they got rid of Damian Harris. and the New England Patriots got rid of Damian Harris. And not only did the New England got rid of Damian Harris, they got rid of him. They got rid of him in their own division. And fuck
Hmm.
going to the NFC, fuck going to another team in the AFC. I'm going to put you in the same division. So that says a lot about Damian Harris and where his game is at right now. And one thing about it, Bill Belichick is going to really examine you. This is a whole new team. Khalil Shakir, don't know who that is their slot receiver. I remember it being Marquise Godwin. I said Marquise Godwin. I'm going crazy. What the fuck? Cole Beasley. I remember that was their slot receiver. So this Khalil guy, I don't know who this is. All in all, man, I'm going with the Jets, man. The only problem was the quarterback position. They're definitely going to put up points. I got the under happening, but I had this being a blowout in this 8 o'clock game, man. I think Jets are going to really blow this team out. 21 zip at some point in this ball game. I like a 21 zip. I don't like Buffalo getting a lot of points in. So I got the under at 46, for sure being my for sure lock. Because I don't see Buffalo scoring on this defense. And I see Aaron Rodgers scoring a lot on the Buffalo Bills. What do you think? You like the Jets at plus
Do you like the
money?
over? Do you like the over?
I like the under 46.5. They
Okay.
had the Buffalo Bills favored at minus 2.5.
No, I like the underdog money on that one.
I like the
Aaron
underdog,
Rodgers on
right?
Aaron Rodgers on a new team, but it's not like it's a new team. I say because he still have his his star receiver and the czars.
It's the
So
same team, to be honest. I think it's the same Green Bay Packers team, but just better.
hmm
And my fault. This is the official last game. I don't know how we missed this, but it seems like might be the prime time game. We have the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants. I'll go first. I thought this was the last one. I told you to go first, but I guess I'll go first. Fuck it. um, Dallas. No, you go first. You go first, man. I'm gonna go off big, bro. I'm gonna go off your thoughts, really, man. This is more of your type of ball field, man. This has been one of those question mark games for me, man. Whatever you like, I'm really going off your hit, man. I'm gonna have to go with the big bro pick with this one.
I love Dallas. McCarthy
Wow.
got something to prove. Jerry Jones is very disrespectful, bringing another quarterback in. I understand, but very disrespectful. Dak is going to do. Hopefully, Dak got all the interceptions out
An
of
angry
preseason. But
Saquon Barkley that didn't get paid. Just bringing that out. And
yep.
Isaiah Simmons is their new pickup, a linebacker built as a safety. But go ahead, continue. I just wanted to
Okay.
bring up the new pickups and the new what's going on.
Yeah. So it's tough. You got Michael Parsons coming.
I got
Very
Dallas.
inspired. Very inspired Parsons coming through. Um, I love love of receivers. CD Lamb and them boys, love them boys. It's gonna be a good game, really.
It's gonna be a good tough game. I tell you that.
Saquon, even though Saquon not getting paid, he's still gonna respect the game. He's gonna play hard. Stanford player. He's not gonna hold out. I feel like he's gonna play hard, and it's gonna be a good game for him also to prove to the same way how Lamar Jackson did it with class. Play a couple of his games, whatever. Then fake the injury. I feel like it's gonna be the same way.
Right. Whew, I agree with you, man. I'm on the same page with you, man. I'm not even gonna overcomplicate it, man. At the end of the day, roster for roster, Dallas Cowboys should win with that whole Trey Lance debacle. I'm expecting a fired up Dak Prescott. I'm
Yeah, I like
expect
the coach. I like the coach to go to the players and be like, "Yo, you disrespected me as a coach, and disrespected you guys as players, bringing this guy in."
now. Granted, now this is where the huge question mark comes. Scheme over team. Do you think Mike McCarthy, being the offensive coordinator, is going to have a better scheme than the New York Giants scheme? Brian Daboll, and I'm forgetting who their offensive coordinator is, but Brian Daboll is no joke. That's what you're gambling on too. The scheme. Granted they have the roster, but they could be doing a whole lot of bullshit. I don't know the last time I really seen Mike McCarthy call plays. Green Bay Packer days, but we remember those days like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Um, it's gonna be tough, but it's a team of heartbreaks, so we'll see.
I like Dallas Cowboys week 1, man. I don't know if I want to go against them on week 1. Any other week, I'll probably go against them. But week 1, I'm gonna go with Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna take them
Oh,
at the
yeah.
money line. Not that 3.5 is kind of crazy. Maybe 3. I don't know about that half. Maybe I don't know, but I'll take them at the money line to be on the safe side. And yeah, that's my pick. Anything else you want to
Okay.
add on it?
Love Dallas. Saquon rushing yards. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I like the under on that, honestly.
And
Just that D line is coming. I gotta see what the O line gonna do to support New York offense, but tough.
is that your final? Is that your
Yeah,
final
I'm good.
word on? Okay. All right, and that concludes our official Week 1 NFL picks, man. How long was this video? An hour long. I did not think it would take an hour long. I thought we was gonna breeze through it, but this was
I
harder.
thought it was been like 15 minutes. Has it been an hour?
It's been an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that concludes our picks, man. To be honest, I think we're gonna go undefeated with our picks, man. I think we got the most solid picks, and guys, we're gonna keep count. So even if throughout the whole year, even through Super Bowl week, and I'm at a negative record, I'm gonna let you guys know I'm at a negative record, and we're gonna review the game together, and we're really gonna lock in, man. I like that. I like this week 1, our first ever week 1 our first ever predictions, man. Imagine NBA season. Oh my gosh. This is our official tongue twister. This is our official NFL week 1 picks. Hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe. Any last words, Coach B?
Yeah, they prayed up, man.
All right.
Um,
We're
see y'all
out.
Saturday.